The season on the line, Game 7 in the Mile High, Nuggets versus Thunder. Who wins? Is there a Game 7? Let's find out. You're watching CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. Let's get it. How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler, here for another take of Nuggets basketball. You might notice that I'm a little bit in a better mood, and that's because the Nuggets pushed Game 7. Let's go, Nuggets! Oh my God, that was such a intense game. I don't know about you if you were watching the game, but man, it had me sweating the entire time. Like, there were times where I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. And then the Thunder would battle back a little bit and try to take over the game again. But thank God the Nuggets held their ground. They stood on business and they got the job done. So Nuggets, OKC in the Mile High, Game 6, Western Conference semifinals. The big story in a closeout game was that Jamal Murray was listed game time decision with an illness. And if you were a Nuggets fan, you were like, oh, great, there goes our season. And that's the thing that we have to kind of remember, that even as much as the media hates on the Nuggets, we can't let that affect us. And sometimes it really does. It affects the fans here, and we just have to kind of trust in the team that certain players will step up, and boy, did they. So the starting lineup, because Jamal actually did play, and thank God he played. He had an amazing game. The starting lineup was Nikola Jokić, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Christian Braun, and Michael Porter Jr. The Nuggets were wearing their white 2025 City Edition jerseys, where the OKC were in their blue jerseys. And the Nuggets got that win, pushed Game 7 in a blowout fashion, 119-107. Take that, OKC. Take that. Thought you'd end us now, all right? But experience is better than your talent there. Let's go, Nuggets. Again, final score 119-107. Love it. I absolutely love it. Let's go. Winner's Lounge, man. Winner's Lounge. Love it. So what happened in the game? Let's break it down. The first quarter, Nuggets controlled the tip, and AG misses a three. OKC rebounds, and Hartenstein with a floater gets the first bucket of the game. That damn floater that has been such killer against the Nuggets made several more appearances in this game. After that, though, Jamal Murray responded with a three, who Hartenstein then fouls him at that three-point line. Murray goes to the line for a 4-point play, makes the shot, Nuggets up by 2. J-Dub then ties the game with a 16-footer, and then Dort sinks a three to get OKC up by 1. Christian Braun pokes the ball from J-Dub, and Murray controls the ball on the fast break, is fouled by SGA, goes to the line for 2, makes 1 of 2. Then CB gets another steal, and AG sinks a 3 to give Nuggets another 4-point lead. Immediately, AG gets a steal off the possession and kicks it to CB on the fast break, gets a dunk, and Nuggets up by 6, forces OKC to call the first timeout of the game. Finally, MPJ also made a 3. If you haven't been watching, Michael Porter Jr. has been in a huge slump. He's not had great games, especially because of this shoulder issue that he's dealing with. And he has missed 11 straight threes. Well, tonight that ended. He got finally a 3, ending his 11 straight 3 drought. Then CB knocks down a 3 as well to give Nuggets a 10-point lead. Russ then turns the ball over on back-to-back possessions and then bricks shots as well to allow OKC to claw back with an 8-0 run and gets the lead down to 3. Nuggets still win the first 31-28, but Brody had a not-so-good game at all. He was definitely rough around the edges tonight. You kind of were hoping that in a closeout game he would have showed up and balled out, got 20 some points, or a double or a low triple double, but he had a rough game. Not the one that you wanted him to have a rough game on, but however, there were other bench players who stepped up big time. So second quarter, the Nuggets opted for a lineup of Brody, Piwatt, Strawther, Murray, and AG. OKC starts the quarter off with a turnover as Piwatt gets a steal and a layup for the first points of the quarter. Brody with a putback from a air ball by Piwatt to get Nuggets up by 6 again, and then SGA gets Thunder on the board with a jumper. Jokić then checks back in at the 9-minute mark, and Wallace ties the game with a 3. Jokić gets called with a very, very light foul on Chet, driving to the rim. If you didn't see this one, it was kind of really rough if you're a Nuggets fan to watch, because it was infuriating to see. Just there was no contact at all. Jokić even stopped because Chet was on the fast break. He was going up for a dunk. Jokić actually lets him get the dunk. He gets out of the way and even tries to turn so that he doesn't get any contact, and still gets called for the foul. Like, that's the kind of bullshit officiating that any team will face against OKC. They are such a whistle baiting team. It's so frustrating to watch any team face this team. And it's the main reason why I do not want them to win the chip, and I want any team to win against them. Murray then turns the ball over, and back-to-back plays gives OKC a 4-point lead off of these turnovers. SGA gets to the free throw line again, gets OKC first to 50, and then SGA sinks a 3 to gain OKC an 8-point lead. OKC challenges an out-of-bounds call on SGA as well, successful as SGA goes to the line. It's reversed and foul called on CB. He goes to the line, makes 2, and then gives OKC a 9-point lead. Chet then hits an uncontested 3 to give OKC a 12-point lead. Finally, CB hits a 3 to stop the drought, and SGA fouls Jokić in a horrible fashion. Like, you would think that SGA, the front runner for MVP right now, if you want to call him the front runner, it's kind of bullshit if you ask me. I think Jokić should be the front runner 100%. SGA is just a free throw merchant and has made all of his points through the free throw line. Does not make him a good player. It just makes him smart and easily able to bait the refs into calling these fouls. But however, he fouls a bad call on Jokić, and it causes SGA to have his 4th foul of the game. Already in foul trouble in the first half. We're in the second quarter, not even in the second half yet, and it totally shifts the momentum of the entire game. So AG then gets a dunk to cut the lead to 5. CB ties the game with a 3, but then Dort hits a massive buzzer beater 3 to get OKC up by 3. OKC wins the second quarter 33-27, and OKC on top going into the half 61-58. However, the next 2 quarters, the Nuggets dominated in best Nuggets fashion. OKC starts the quarter off with a miss, and Nugs respond with a miss as well. Finally, Jokić, though, charges the rim and gets a floater for the first points of the quarter. Murray with a jump back gives Nuggets the lead by 1, and then Chet fouls Murray and a quick timeout by OKC. Murray extends the lead by 3 by SGA gets a floater plus the foul to tie the game again. And then game goes back and forth with ties and leads several times. Murray also knifes through the defense, gets a layup plus the foul, gets the foul free throw bucket, and ties the game again. CB goes to the line and ties the game again with a crucial foul. And then Jokić with a floater gives Nuggets the lead once again. Jokić collects another double-double. He's not the only Nugget who got a double-double. CB also got a double-double tonight. Awesome. So SGA ties the game, but then Strawther gives Nuggets a 3-point lead with a huge 3. And Strawther had a playoff coming out game tonight. he let the OKC know that there is some good players on the bench of Denver Nuggets. He came out in big time. Murray on the fast break gets a layup, and the Nuggets with the lead by 5. He actually got fouled by Chet, but they didn't call it, and he was very enthusiastic, like that was an and one, and it was. Murray then draws the offensive foul on J. Will, causes a turnover immediately after this play too. Strawther then gets another 3, gives Nuggets an 8-point lead. Then a layup to Strawther also gets a layup immediately after that to make it a 10-point lead. SGA then merchants his way back to the free throw line to make both, and the Nuggets still win the third quarter 32-21. Fourth quarter, Nuggets opt for a lineup of AG, P. Watt, Murray, Brody, Strawther as they start the quarter off with a miss. Luckily, OKC can't convert, and Hartenstein gets AG in a headlock on a rebound, getting called for the foul as Murray gets a 3 for the first points of the quarter. And there was another play earlier on where J-Dub elbows Murray in the face, and they look at it for a flagrant foul, and it wasn't ruled that. It was called the typical foul basketball play, but it should have been a flagrant foul. And then you have Hartenstein getting AG locked up in a headlock. That's just not basketball play right there. He should have been called with a flagrant, if not a technical foul. Like, that was not awesome, but it's OKC, so let them get away with anything, right? That's what the officials do on this team. It's ridiculous. So then Caruso, with a wide open layup, gets OKC on the board, and then Jokić checks back in at the 7:50 mark. Luckily, he got some rest tonight, and it definitely helped, I think. Jokić from deep gives Nuggets a 12-point lead, and Nuggets first to 100, followed by a floater to build it to 14. Then Caruso fouls Strawther and gets Nuggets into the bonus early on, but then sinks an uncontested 3 himself to cut the lead back to 13. And it's those uncontested threes, I'm telling you, that is the one consistent killer of Nuggets games right now, is not contesting that 3. Jokić with an amazing assist to CB, a no-look pass over the back, gets them back up to 15. And then Strawther, like I said before, showed up big time. He gets a clutch bucket, knocks down another 3. OKC gets back-to-back buckets after this, allowing OKC to stay in the game and the lead to 12. Chet gets a layup plus the foul, makes it a 9-point game with a 3-point play off of that. Murray then controls a big-time rebound. This was huge. He controlled a major rebound, kicks it to Brody, who drives to the rim and gets the Nuggets back lead back to 11. And then Caruso fouls Jokić with OKC will challenge, and thank God, finally it's unsuccessful, and puts Jokić at the line. And a 5th foul on Caruso. Jokić makes both. And one thing I've noticed is that there is no other team in the league, that is including the Lakers, the Celtics, even the Knicks, or the Timberwolves. None of those teams challenge calls more than Mark Dagnall. He is the ultimate foul challenge coach. And he has a high percentage. He actually calls the right challenge. I will give him credit for that, but it's also really annoying that he will challenge just about any foul call on the OKC, and the refs just love OKC so much that they will reward him with a successful challenge. But he challenges it this time, and thank God he was unsuccessful in this one. And he shouldn't have challenged it, but he did, and he lost his timeout plus the challenge, and I love that. So after this, then Caruso hits another 3 to cut the lead to 8. Jokić gets fouled on the entry pass, goes to the line, makes both buckets, gets the lead back to 10, and then CB gets the lead to 12. Nuggets dominate the Thunder in the fourth, 29-25. Nuggets blow out the Thunder 119-107 and force Game 7. Let's go Nuggets. Oh, Love that. It's so funny. Like with the Clippers, Game 7 was the worst thing that could happen, and now with OKC, Game 7 is the best thing that can happen. So, but I mean, in all honesty, the Nuggets should have wrapped this series up in 5. We totally could have won the 4th and the 5th game, and we just let those ones go. So credit to the Thunder for battling back. They definitely made a charge on this 4th one, but the Nuggets finally held their ground, and they controlled this 4th quarter. I love to see that. And plus the others stood up big time where it was needed. So stats here. We have Michael Porter Jr. played 28 minutes tonight, near 29. And he had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. He was 4 for 9 from field, 2 for 5 from 3. He had 1 turnover, 1 personal foul. He was a +5. And he actually had a better game than AG did. I was really surprised that AG wasn't able to make more points. He only had 5 points in the 38 minutes that he played. And this was definitely a game where he needed to show out, and he had a better defensive game than he did offensive, and that's kind of what you need to do when you're not having a good offensive game, is show up in other places. But it's really unfortunate he didn't have a 20-plus point game. Hopefully in Game 7, that's where he'll show out. But he had 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. He was 2 for 7 from field, 1 for 4 from 3. He had 1 turnover, 0 personal fouls. He was a +17. Then Nikola Jokić played the second most minutes with 40 minutes, 29 points, 14 rebounds, an awesome double-double for him, 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 9 for 14 from field, 64% shooting, 1 for 3 in threes, 33% shooting, 10 for 12 in free throws, 1 turnover, 4 personal fouls. He was a +11. Christian Brown, who played 39 minutes tonight, had an awesome double-double as well with 23 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. He was 8 for 14 from field, 3 for 6 from 3, 4 for 4 from free throws. He had 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls. He was a +14. Jamal Murray, who was sick. In his sick game, he had 42 he played 42 minutes. He played the most amount of minutes with an illness at 42, and he had the second most points of the game with 25 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, 9 for 19 from field, 2 for 6 from 3, 5 for 6 from free throws. He had 5 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He was a +28. And then with the bench, Peyton Watson had some awesome buckets, though he only had 4 points, really. But he did have an amazing steal and amazing block. And he was a -10, actually. But Julian Strawther, he played an amazing 9 points on this game and made 15 points. He had 2 rebounds, 4 for 8 from field, 3 for 4 from 3, 4 for 4 from free throws, 0 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He was a +9. And it is those others that win you these games, and that's exactly what the bench in this time around did. They realized that Yoke needs help, Jamal needs help, CB needs help, Aaron Gordon needs help, and Michael Porter Jr. Needs help. So they showed up in big-time defensive plays, held the Thunder to only 107 points, and that's exactly what you need to do. Westbrook played 16 minutes only, 8 points off of that. He did have a block, but he had 4 turnovers, 4 bad turnovers too. But he did have 0 personal fouls, and he was a -11. So overall stats here, we had 52 rebounds to their 40. We had 27 assists to their 25, 8 steals to their 11, 6 blocks to their 4. We shot 46% from field. They shot 46%, so we tied there. 37% from 3. They shot 27%. And then thank God they shot 27%, because it would have been a lot tighter game if they had been better from 3. We shot 84% from free throws. They shot 62%, so a low percentage free throw shooting for the Thunder tonight. I loved seeing that. 14 turnovers to their 11, so still a little higher on the turnovers. We need to clean that up. And then we had 16 personal fouls. They had 28 because they were just fouling up and down the court. You had Hartenstein with 4 fouls, SGA with 4 fouls, Caruso with 5, J. Will with 4 fouls, Cason Wallace with 3 fouls, J-Dub with 3 fouls. So these guys were finally getting called for the fouls that we all Nuggets see constantly. Like, it was amazing to see Caruso finally get fouled or get called for the fouls that he's causing, because he has been fouling up and down the court for 6 games now without getting called. Finally, these refs saw him fouling, and I loved it. So my big takeaway tonight is, okay, Jamal was sick. He was very sick. He was really, really sick. He was sick with bucket arm. If you don't know what bucket arm is, it's bad. It's really bad for the OKC. It led to Jamal sinking the ball in the hoop for consistent buckets after buckets. After having several games of not showing up, Jamal finally did, and he was crucial to the Nuggets tonight. That bucket arm just kept him sinking bucket after bucket, and he could not be stopped. The flu arrow showed out and damn near scared OKC out of the Mile High. Let's go, Jamal Murray. Also crucial was CB with an amazing double-double, but then Julian Strawther with 15 off the bench in clutch, as well as Jokić with a near triple-double again. This was the fight the Nuggets needed to have, and the perfect response to losing 2 in a row with a season on the line in a closeout game. Now we head into Game 7, and this is where the Nuggets have more experience than OKC. They have to play better, but they have that experience of Game 7. It's going to be a rock fight, but Nuggets have the experience advantage, and they have to use that in order to win this thing and head back to the Western Conference Finals. I have faith in the Nuggets and in the team to meet the moment. Let's go, Nuggets. You know, if Aaron Gordon shows up and has a good game, then that's good for omens for us. Jamal Murray having a good game, Jokić having a good game, CB. I think those 4 of the starting 5, because I already know that Michael Porter Jr., he's going to be Michael Porter Jr. that we've seen in the past couple of games. So I am not relying on him, but I am relying on the other 4. So the other ones I'm relying on is I'm relying on the bench to play better. Westbrook can't have these turnovers that he had tonight in this Game 7. The season is on the line now once again, and it's now coming down also to that bench. So Julian Strawther, he had 15. Great. Now we need a 19 or 20-point game from you, Julian. P-Watt, we need 4 big blocks from you and at least 13, 12 points from you. And then Brody, we need a triple-double. Essentially, we need Brody to go out for a triple-double. A low triple-double is what I would say. And then if not those 3, then someone else has to step up. Pickett, Najee, even Chanchar, you know. Someone needs to step up in the bench and carry us in those bench moments so that the main starting 5 aren't carrying the team the entire way, especially against this other OKC bench. They have been winning the bench minutes consistently. Now is the time for the bench to show up in Game 7, and let's get into that Western Conference Final. Let's go, Nuggets. So that Game 7 will be on Sunday. Ironically, OKC was going to play regardless on Sunday. It was just depending on whether or not they were going to continue to play with the Nuggets or if they were going to play against the Wolves. And thank God the Nuggets forced their way into that game. So now hopefully the Nuggets and Wolves will play in the Western Conference Finals, and will be a rematch of round 2 from last season, so we can kick them back after they swept us this season. So got a lot of work ahead of us, but the Nuggets can do it. They love that clutch, They love making games close, series close, and really, I think it's best for them, really. Because we've seen before, if they have a break at all in between series or games, then they start to get rusty. They need that consistent playing in the games and everything. And Jokić even said this, I think, earlier this season. He even said that they just like playing more games, and they get rust if they get too much time to rest. So I think it plays more in their favor. They they can get a little bit of rest now. You can get Murray healthy by Sunday, hopefully, and then hopefully no one else gets sick. Knock on wood, whatever you need to do. Let's go Nuggets. Stay healthy, stay locked in. Season's on the line. Got it. So that's pretty much all I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. Share it out to your friends and family. And you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. We'll catch you later.